Go, Will. Go, Will.
Very good. Good.
Hi, it's Carl Allen. Student Spotlight this month is Will Chase, an absolutely amazing deal maker. He joined the program in the end of the summer in August. That's Will there with his Mont Blanc pen. Everyone that comes into Protege gets the Mont Blanc pen to sign deals. Closed his first deal within 6 weeks. That's the middle picture. He's there signing the deal with his Mont Blanc pen with the broker and the attorney. His wife had taken the picture. And then literally the following day, that's me and Will on stage at my Protege live event in Las Vegas on the 23rd. And we gave him his deal tombstone. We had to rush the deal tombstone overnight because he'd only closed the deal the previous day. And he really is a kind of a go-getter. He's really bought into the process and the mindset. He's doing the things consistently that we need you to do inside of Protege. He's originating deals, he's meeting sellers, and he's making offers all the time. And he posted this literally a couple of weeks ago. That business he's just bought, it's just had a record sales week in its 15-year history. So he bought a business that was 15 years old. He's come in, and if you go back to the buy box training that I did for you as part of this edition, I labored extensively on why you should do deals where you can add value. You know, he bought the business, he's working on the business as an owner investor, not in the business as an owner operator, but he's got some sales chops and he knows the industry. So he was able to strategically engineer the business very, very much part-time, couple of hours a week, for it to hit record sales. So remember what I said to you, that the biggest amount of wealth you can create as a deal maker is when you buy a business and you can scale it, so then you can sell it in the future. Can you imagine if he wanted to sell his business now, after only owning it for a few months, he could flip it probably for $1 million profit, but why would he? He wants to keep going. He's generating tons of cash flow from this deal, and you know, he's going to grow and grow and grow this business and then sell it for lots of money in the future. And he's actually just made another acquisition. That's him again with his pen, signing a deal. And what's more important than all of this? Yeah, he's making money, he's having fun, he's building a legacy. That's all great. But something happened to Will through this process. He changed his identity. He found out who he really was. And deal making's given him a platform and a level of confidence in his life to go and crush it in lots of other different areas. But I want you to hear that from Will. Here's a clip of a conversation I had with him live on stage at our Vegas Dealmaker event in September. I'll let you hear from him directly.
It helped me believe in myself. So this program with Carl, the Ninja Acquisitions, following him, and then finding out about this one and having the money to do it. And guess what? The business I bought, the 40 grand, paid for this, paid for the trip here. And I did it with confidence. I didn't know who I was before. You asked me who I was? Will Chase. That was a lie. That was a mask. 50-pound mask I take off every night. But when I went into this company, there was not a doubt. When I made that negotiations, they either took it or not. So if you can walk away with this and say, you know what, I can do this. If anybody else tells me that I don't believe it, just make sure you don't believe that you can't do it. That's it.
Let's go!
My name is Will Chase, and I'm in the Dealmakers Protege program. Accountability, part of the program, the gamification, joining in the camaraderie, because I believe it's so easy to feel like you're by yourself and isolate, and then also because I'm just with myself, let myself off the hook. Whereas the daily check-in, the 3 meetings a week, getting rid of some of the reds, that has played a big part of this program, helping me to get this far, to this point. Started working with the broker before I bought the business, but then learning some of the ways to buy it. So creatively, the no money down deal, although I didn't think it was going to go that easy. But so joined the program actually July the 18th. But a week later, that's when we actually went to Florida and closed on the deal. So, so altogether, about a month and a half. Follow the steps, and because I think the way Carl has it laid out, without that, it's so easy to bounce around, right? And then all of a sudden, at some point, you just be like, yeah, I'm not gonna show up today. And then the day turns into a week, and the week turns, and next thing you know, you're in smithereens. Whereas the steps are laid out for a reason, like say, read the books. And then after you read a book, do a vlog. And then it's book by book, right? Don't like read all the books and do the vlog, because then it's, so I think the following the steps kind of builds that confidence, because each book was so very different, like Can't Hurt Me. And that built up a lot of confidence. And then it made you think about some of your childhood, some of the failures that you overcame. And what would that have to do with buying a business? Some of the things you're gonna have to overcome. So I think I would definitely say at this point, following the steps, following the process, and showing up, simplistic. Being an African American, there's a big gap in, say, my family. So my father didn't build wealth. I have no idea who his father was. I don't know his name. So at this point, it's left up to me, right? I could put it on my daughters, but if it is up to me, then I have the opportunity to do it now, right? And this is like the greatest equalizer. This is like the greatest opportunity to build wealth, because the difference between last Christmas family get together and this Christmas get together, where last Christmas I might have been working, which I wasn't, but I might have been working for a company. And then this Christmas I'm going and they're like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, are you still working for that company? No, actually bought a business. Oh, really? Yeah, it's got like 7 employees. I think last year we did like 1.5 million. That's a whole different conversation. Like, who gets to say, I own a business doing 1.5 million? In anybody else's mind, it literally sounds like you're a millionaire. But in your mind, you need to be thinking like, okay, if I bought one, I could buy another one, especially since we talk about bolt-ons. So you just don't think about if I buy one, because now you're just a business owner. But in here, Carl teaches a business investor. So if I buy one, I need to be thinking about how can I now monetize from that whole industry and become a dominator. Now that's some serious wealth. Where else can you do it? It's the great equalizer right here. So I think that's what I would hope someone takes this message from here. Like, how can I get off the fence? How do you build wealth? Well, you can go play lottery tickets, $50 a day, but how about betting on yourself? So the cost of this versus playing lottery tickets or waiting for the 1.3 billion to come around again, bet on yourself. I would have to call it tenacity. And that word tenacity comes from showing up, because I think it's like once I joined, automatically the Google Calendar invites came in across the board. So Mondays, the Protege calls, Thursday, the green light, red light calls, and then Friday, the team calls across the board. So you can forget, but it's gonna pop up in your calendar. So they're hard to like hide. And then the other part is after that, and you're checking off stuff, you like get to see what you've accomplished, right? So that's the tenacity. You show up, you do the things, you see the rewards. And then now, not just like, yeah, somebody's gonna win, but you win. Like, forget competing against somebody else. The real competition is yourself. So how far have you came first the day you've joined? Like, you get to look back. Like, somebody else can tell you like, man, you're rolling, but you get to say, man, I'm rolling, right? So I think that's the biggest thing. The word that jumps out at me, tenacity, showing up.